Hi guys. Is anybody there? I think one person is here. And we're live. And you can see the blustery day that's happening outside. Hey Greg. It's happening. We did it. We won. Victory is ours. Thank you, Patrick. Sorry, Patrick. We'll get that out of the way right away. All right, Ken, thank you for coming. Sweet, you guys. I'm gonna dial up some music. Kyle said that that was the way to do this thing. So let me wait a second. I'm going to multitask. Hey, Randy, right on. Wow. Oh, all right, you guys have to cheers Randy again. Cheers. Happy birthday, Randy. All right. Let's see what we need here is some tunes. Oh, and Ken, thank you very much for posting that up on the Discord. I was going to get to that, but I thought it was good if I got it started actually first. So, all right. Okay, wait. I should probably turn this down now. Okay. Don't want to blast you guys out. So what we're going to do, hey, Lisa. Yeah, thank you. At one point, I'm going to figure out how to make everybody a moderator, so that we can all make sure that we're honest during any giveaways. We do be jamming, Greg. That's exactly right. I figured that might be appropriate. Can you guys see the trees moving back there? We are getting a squall. Oh yeah, you can see it, the whole window. I'm glad that the sun's still out because we need some sunshine and reggae up in here for sure. So what I thought we would do, we started it last night a little bit, but right there we've got a pile of jars, and I was telling some folks my hovercraft. Hey Travis, thanks for dropping in. He was asking how I got back from the beach so fast since I was just on the beach with my dog, and that's what those hovercrafts are for. It is so windy. Hey Annie. Awesome. Hey Kyle, thank you for coming. I have the tunes going, Kyle. Let me know if there's anything else that needs to happen. He's my official director as well as Angie. She was very helpful last night, and I think Lisa is producing the show tonight. But yeah, we've got these jars back here, and what my conundrum is that I wanted to share with you guys and get your help with is I need to go through my rocks, and I've got not as many as Kyle, but a fair number. And I was explaining last night, we did an informal test to see if this thing would work. Hey Jim, thank you so much for coming by, and Steve. Hey Steve, and Jackie. Wow, you guys, thanks all for coming by. I'm overwhelmed. And here is and here's Jared. And yeah, it's a rock sorting party. And I think that Jared and so many of you guys would empathize. I have these jars. The way that I get these, and you guys can share with me how you get your rocks in order. Do we have our rocks in order even? You go for a trip, either, you're buying, you're going to the rock sales or shows, or you're picking the rock shop, or you're going hounding, what have you. You get back home, what happens? I think I just missed somebody. Bob. Hey Bob, thanks for coming. so I'm going to tell the rest of that story in a second, but what I would love for you guys to do is if you have a question for me, and Patrick is going to see the rip off, I think Jared and several other people will also, put it in all caps. Shout at me if you have a question for me, and that way I'll know that you're talking directly like to my brain. What? Oh, thank you, Kyle. Kyle also suggested that. So you're a dear. Thank you. That's the gas money to get out to Kyle's rock piles. I appreciate that. Okay, so shout at me if you need to, if you have any questions, or put your hand up. And the rocks that come home in that duffel bag that you saw me carrying on the beach, oftentimes, you know, I'll splay them out on a towel or in a colander. You know, you rinse them off with the hose or whatever, and you go through them a little bit, and then, you know, you might separate the gems right then, may or may not, and then they go into a jar or into a pile in your garden, or what? Where do you guys put them? Hey, Shane and Heather. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And Nick. Hey. All right, we definitely have a party going on. Cheers to everyone. Steinkern. And so I might show you guys my stairway if I'm feeling, you know, humble. My stairway is like littered with these jars that at least, you know, some of them I get to label where they're from, and we're gonna go through them because they've been sitting on Jackie says the rocks are everywhere: jars, bowls, shelves, boxes. Exactly. Yeah, you guys see, yeah, we're being hit by a very nice squall. And so she's blowing, and it is storming hard, and the windows like definitely, you know, do the big vibe like a subwoofer. And so tangent, you guys know that if you tangent, I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole. But so here's some oh, look at that, it's backwards, I think. Some limb casts from Dendrite, Butte, or how about some thunder egg from the Ochicos. And so I've got some jars ready for us to kind of pick through, and you gotta love a good tangent, right? I mean, it's what we're all here for. So I figured we'd go through them, and oh, you guys can see it, right? Perfect. Okay, it was a little backwards for me, but you know, I don't have to be able to read them. It's better for you guys to be able to. So we're gonna go through some of these rocks, and I am gonna definitely give some of these away because I need more beach agates for the church. Like I need holes in my head. I love that, Jared. Okay, so we're gonna get some water going, and we'll cut right to it. But what I need is the input. So would you guys like a mystery jar first? Do you want something specific? Like I have the limb cast petrified wood. I have some, of course, beach vines and the thunder eggs. And so go ahead and vote really quick while I'm getting this set up to see, like, okay, I have 2 votes for mystery, 3 votes for mystery jars. Yeah, because last night was an all sorts, and it actually turned out pretty good. You know, sometimes the mysteries, oh, wow, okay, we have like unanimous vote for mystery. So, all right, here's what we're gonna do. Yep, you guys all feel that way. You guys like a good mystery, huh? Okay, I'm gonna make you just slightly nauseous for a second as we come down. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna change the view from that beautiful blustery day outside, and we're gonna get And you can see all my work happening there. And there we go. Okay, so we've got some water to get this stuff wet with. I think my config was better last night, but I'll get this worked out. You know, this is only my second to least time, and so I'm gonna get pro at this at some point. I'm gonna go full on Kyle pro-etude, but that takes time, you guys. There we go. It's better. It's like watching Cloverfield, I know, right? Sorry. I know also. Yeah, I don't think that there's anything that that telling about my desktop. Oh, a squirrel came in and did I miss it? Be safe, squirrel. Shoot, it's probably back there somewhere. All right. Let's see. There we go. That's not exciting. And so we wanted a mystery batch. And so mystery it shall be. I think that there's actually even a walnut in this one. So I'm gonna try not to. Somebody doctored my tea. Right, yeah. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna do some of the rest of this one. And we've got another one that I know has all sorts of everything in it. Let's go there first. Okay, that is hopefully not getting all over my computer. And whoa! Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Technical difficulties. There we go. There we go. Make sure that you have a sturdy setup. Yeah, right? Guys, we're going for the swim. Make sure that you have a safe setup, guys, okay? Rock crashes are bad. Hey, kids. There we go, sort of. I'm gonna... You guys have all had something placed in your tea at this point. Yeah, seatbelts on. Okay, so you guys probably already can tell that we have some definite... I wonder, is there a way to make sure that you keep stuff in focus? This is some... You guys can't see that very clearly, can you? Is that me? Clownfish. We've got a whole reef going on here. And excuse if there's dust, because these literally have been sitting around for so long, and some of them didn't have lids. And they are in my stairwell just collecting just that. So this is a colorful piece of... Oh man, I'm just not getting that very... Can you see it? Hand behind piece will focus then. Oh, thank you, Greg. It was trying to focus on everything else in the bowl. See, it's kind of still not very happy. Sorry, guys. Like I was saying, since this is my second live, I'm still working some of these things out. We the people. Thanks for coming. Good to see you. And, oh, hey, Scott. Jaws Jr. is in the house. I know you came to the beach not too long ago. All right. I'm still... It doesn't, right? Right, Patrick? Okay. So he was saying, like, the focus doesn't seem to be changing. It just seems to be gooey. Why would that be? Does it not want to use focus for this live? Do I have to get the jeweler's loop out? It's coming at you. What are you gonna do? Okay, well, anyways, that's a pretty... I could switch stones to try to focus, right? Maybe there's just too much going on. Let's try a different color of that light. No, that's too blue. No, yellow. All right, whatever. Cursed technology. I know. Drat. This one's pretty obvious. Who wants to guess what this is? Use a dark background. Can I tap the screen and make it focus on a spot? You know, it's doing it, but it's not fixing it. Yeah. You got it, Thunder. Egg we the people. Oh yeah, switch cameras. You know, that's why y'all gotta love Kyle. Because he's the master of things. Many things. He has many skills in many different departments. Thank you so much, Kyle. There you go. I know. Yeah, you got it. Exactly. Josh Jr. nailed it. This is totally Richardson's. And we dug that bad boy at some point. Okay, then. What's this? Beautiful now. Yes. It's so much better when you can see. That's how I feel. And I'm sorry that I was teasing you guys before. Maybe I have to give you guys a look at that petrified wood again, because it's a really, really multicolor, pretty piece. Good guess. Good guess, we the people. Mud jasper. Yeah, actually, this is from, like, there's white fur, and then there's another white something thunder egg spot. And this is from, so it is definitely jasper. What is it from Australia, you guys? Is it mookaite that that has, you know, the same colors? Like, a lot of this material from there looks so much like that. It's a jasper egg, exactly. And they have those really fiery ones that go up into like cherry red color. And so this is not one of the really deep ones, but that's why it got into the all sorts jar, I guess. You have a bunch of those in your pile. I thought they thought they didn't end up in the thunder egg pile. That is darker than white fur. Yeah, you know, I know that we were on, I'm pretty sure we were on that loop, but it could be from so many different places. See a jasper lay an egg. I know. You know, that there would probably be some serious clucking going on with that, because I think it would be very painful. Okay, you all know what this is. That's pretty. So I guess what I'm I'm supposed to be doing is parsing them into, you know, am I going to use it? There's an eagle trying to hatch a rock. Yes. There is an eagle rock out here too, with some fantastic seams of agate. This one actually would also be from Richardson's. So the beds that I have dug are the blue bed and the Pride A bed. And it does resemble the Lucky Strike because of the, I guess, the lighter material. But we were on a streak at, I think this one was from the blue bed, and we were definitely on a streak. Yes, lighter color. But we were told where to go, so we went to that part. And it was giving up a little bit of different stuff. I always forget the name of Richardson's son, but he was like, yeah, go to this place and do this thing. And we did, and we got some pretty neat stuff. This you guys can guess on. You might need a closer look. Casey, thank you so much. I don't know why I always space his name. It doesn't stick. But I'll give you a hint. Thank you, Randy. This one, there's going to be dog hairs involved with this as well. This one is from the same place as the one that I was showing off last night. Yeah, there's opal for sure. Yeah, you guys got it. So you guys, let's see, wait a minute. What is this state and why is it worth $350 a pound? I don't know. This state. But I'd love to mine some if it's worth that. I'm not into it for that though, actually. Anyways, that's a pretty piece. It's from another one of those thunder egg spots in the Ochicos. So it looks like we're into a bunch of Ochico thunder egg with this mystery batch, huh? There's a nice little red peak to that partial egg. So I've got a bunch of tumbler material in this one. Can you guys hear the dogs in the background? They they have all ganged up on me and want some attention, and I can't give it to them right now because I'm giving my attention to you guys. That's a little schniglet of the rhyolite from the other spot where the green stuff is from. So that's near the Lucky Strike. Yep, totally. Yeah, you can probably hear them now. Yes, very, very beautiful inclusions with that. And this looks to be some petrified wood. Hey, you guys, enough. Sounds like one of my videos. So I would guess that this petrified wood is probably from Dendrite. Some nice agatization there. Dendrite Butte is one of the places that you can go and search, and there's like some pretty big logs out there, and so that would have probably been some rock ghost. Yes, lots of those in the house. These guys steal my rocks, by the way. They're complaining in the background. Hey, Full, MT Full, good to see you. This is a beach agate, or rather a beach jasper. It's probably a jasp agate, but you know, they have the rinds like the beach agates do, and so they'll fake you out, and then you get it home and you can't shine a flashlight through it. Thank you, MT Full. That's Ochiko. And he is one heck of a rock hound, let me tell you. And so, you know, what you're searching for when you're on the Oregon coast, in the central coast area, is maybe the blue-black agates. And so this looks a whole lot like a blue-black agate on the outside. I'm guessing that it is like the beach agate that I found in the video, and it's probably a jasper. But they carry that same rind. And so, let's see, I don't have the powerful flashlight that I had last night because it disappeared. But yeah, that's nothing's happening there. And let me, as a contrast, yeah, that ginormous one. See, you know, okay, for sure. Glowy. And then not so much. Although sometimes the blue blacks can be really opaque inside, but they are still, you know, kind of like a blue black agate. It looks like an octopus. An octopus's ink is like swimming through the material. I just so happen to have that here because I'm cradling it like a baby as well. I am looking forward to to cutting this guy. Oh, Allison came. Hello, Allison. And so you can see, can you see? Hey, Rufo. So these guys look like blue-black agates on the outside. This one really looks fancy on the outside. I mean, it looks like a ginormous agate, and I want it to be so bad. But I'll cut it open. You know, you can see, where can you see? This area right here. I'm sure that those have been on the beach down here are familiar. You can see that, like, right in the middle there, it almost looks mossy. And that's what a lot of times the inside of these look like. Like they are trippy jasper agates down to like the molecules. And so I'm guessing, because this is like what I'm zoomed in on there is like a kind of, you can see the fracture, like a conchoidal fracture area. And that's kind of one of the ways to get your preview before putting your rock through, or rather your saw through the serious episode of trying to cut these guys, because they are so hard. Oh, well, Travis's agate eye, that's saying it's an agate, is one incredible eye. You've got an eye for an agate. So I promise you guys that I will cut this here this week, and I'll give you updates on either in a video or on the Discord for sure. Okay, so anyways, that's that guy. This one also looking like a blue-black agate, so we are going to need the torch. Let's torch it, shall we? And with a dog hair, it's still looking like another, you know, very, very fancy jasper from the coast. They will get you. They're sneaky. And so we have, that's quintessential honey agate-ness from the Oregon coast. And so there, we're getting our church windows started right now. Oh my gosh, those jaspers are beautiful sometimes inside. They have a lot of marcasite sometimes. And so, you know, they do polish up very nice. I found a red one I thought was jasper until I cut it. Turned out to be a very dense moss agate. Yeah. You know what? One of the coolest things on the coast, and actually, Jared was alluding to it during our video, is you know, stuff can come down the rivers and end up on the coastline, and they could be bones from the valley, or they could be rocks from the silver mines that are in the hills, or any number of things. So looks like quartzite. So don't know what it's doing here. Probably time to pour some more into it there. You know, we see so many of these. And Steinkern, you guys know what to do. There we go. That's probably some limcast from Dendrite and Steinkern, and who knows what. Probably jasper. That's what's so funny about some of the all sorts, is that, boy, you really, you know, you can end up with just darn near anything. And so I put aside a few things out of that one. So what I was talking about earlier is that I'm gonna give some of this stuff away. That looks like just rock. Looks like sunstone bearing basalt, actually. It's probably where that's from. This one's really mixed together. I have no idea. That looks like petrified wood. Yeah, you can see cells. That's big cells. See those down there? Right down there. Yes, definitely a conglomerate. Yeah, I bet you have plenty of extra material. So, look at the different colors going on in that bad boy. Interesting. These are the ones that tempt me, like, it looks like it's opalized. You guys can see how sharp that is. So, guessing that we have that a bit opalized. And thank you for coming by again. Rufo, have fun with your games. Let's see, what's this? Looks like quartzite. You know, we've been up to the Columbia River a few times and down to the Rogue River a few times, and it seems like we come back, and then there's some rivers in between, like in Oregon, a gazillion rivers in between, that you know, you end up getting lots of quartzite all up in your stuff. Got quartzite all up in my stuff. Sedimentary rock, or is it petrified wood, guys? That's Oregon for you, right? Yes, quartzite does look really good in the after tumbling. So you guys can see cells probably. Wood. That's wood. And it's like either quartzy or agate too. I gotta love that structure. So that leads me to a question for you guys. Dog hair. And my question for you is, would you guys be interested if I took you along on a journey under the microscope too? Not tonight, but because I'm not set up, but it'd be fun to, you know, take a look at some of this stuff and then maybe get a really close look at it. What do you think? Douglas fir, you think? Could be. Somebody just came in, I think. Oh, Gems of Hope, hello. Thank you for coming. Good to see you. All right, what's this? Yo, pan back out, Karen. Looks like something that was hanging out in a river. Yes, microscope, says Allison. Okay, well, it only takes one person for me to sprack out my microscope, because you guys have to know how much I love that thing. And it's so fun to look at something and then get a closer look and yet a closer look and so on and so forth. So journeys anywhere are good. Yeah. Okay. So that's a done deal. You know, I feel like this is something that came out of a river. And so it might be some kind of like macro quartz or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe less interesting. I'm gonna pour. Ooh. It's so funny. There's like small bits that are interesting, and you think that, you know, they should be less interesting than the large bits, but they're not. Let's get closer. Need to get closer. Look at, it's like mossy-ish. It's like asking if you want to see it under UV. Yeah. Yes, I think that that's opal and jasper, and it very well be could be because the wood oftentimes has, you know, just everything going on inside it. Opal, jasper, moss, you know, all can happen in the same piece of wood. Central Oregon is insane for super duper fancy wood and wood casts, which I suspect this is part of a wood cast that I would have found probably as float and gone like, it's too fancy to not take. Because, you know, you get to a point where like stuff is too small to take anymore type thing. All right, let's see what we got here. Something bigger. Okay. So that kind of, I'm not sure if that verifies what I was just saying or if it knocks it down, because now it looks like you guys can probably see that this is mossy-ish. And that's some really nice color there. So I'm wondering if I haven't wandered into like some Maury Mountain stuff here. It wasn't all sorts, but that rind doesn't look quite right. Keep your rocks straight, guys. Like when you come home, don't mix them so you don't know where they're from. I'm sure I was really happy with that color when I picked it up. So that probably needs to be made into something because the color is just so sweet. What an interesting piece. I'm a little stymied though. Not entirely sure where I picked this guy up. These jars are for sure stuff that I've collected. So I think I should check the chat and see if, yeah, some lace in there also. It's kind of purplish, yes, which we don't have. And there's fortifications. You guys are dead on. Little agate banding. It's so cute. And yes, the purple, more moss agate. Yeah, I think we're at Maury Mountain. On the Oregon rock hounding, the Lars book, there's a piece of Maury Mountain that has some purple to it, and that looks a lot like it. And so that can happen to you folks. It's a yard sale agate. Yeah, we're definitely having the the podcast next Friday for sure. And so this is not Hampton Butte. And one of the cool things about Central Oregon again is that you don't have to be at Hampton or, you know, down in what am I thinking? McDermott to find green wood at all. I'm like trying to get this this Ochiko dog hair off of my finger. It won't go away, you guys. I'm gonna need some fancy gloves like Kyle has. And so anyways, you can see how gemmy this is. That green is almost opal. I mean, it broke like an opal up in there. And then you can see the agate crazing through with its little forts. And that's just gorgeous permineralization with like just the shocking green, eh? They get dirty so quick. Okay, so maybe just keep the fingers because they would get hairy probably. Very glassy, very pretty, very nice rock here, yeah. And so I'm imagining I was probably trying to save that for something, but it just never just got happened. That is rock. You guys, that is a bona fide rock. You guys have to have lots of those. This might also be just another bona fide rock. Yeah, it's like, that's funny. Beach agate. Pretty little forts there. That's one of the things about the beach agates. They're usually really detailed when you get to their fine print. They're neat to read. Got good stories. Isn't that funny when you pick up something and you're just sure it's something really special and you get home and you're like, that is definitely just a rock. Not entirely sure what's going on with that. Okay, this seems like a little bit more of that purple material that we just saw back in that other one. But this piece that cleaved off like I'm trying to make an arrowhead or something is making me think that it's less from Maury and more from out easter than that, which would be kind of graveyardy. So starting to doubt myself, but this is like such a pretty color once again, and it's the preform is there, so not a whole lot of work would have to go into that one. I don't think it's amethyst. Look, we won. We got the walnut. I do not know why that was in there at all. Okay, I'm gonna pan out because that is like some violence that nobody needs. And we'll see what's going on in here. Purple. Yes, purple is hidden inside, and gosh, we have so little purple in Oregon, but usually it's caused by manganese in the silicates that set up more as agate, and so I think that it would be, if anything, purple chalcedony, like the holly blue agate, as opposed to being amethyst, which is associated with macrocrystalline. And found a piece of amethyst at Bob Creek. Nice. Yeah, that stuff can get ushered down the rivers, and I think that there's way more quartz going south, given like the fact that there's like the gold, and you got the red, white, and blue, and the quartz and things like that when you're looking for the gold. Yes, mossy fun, exactly. See if we can get close without blowing it out. Whoa, blown. Too close. Yeah. This one doesn't, it's interesting. You can really judge the character of your moss. As Ken found out, there's a rind to a lot of these that is lower grade or maybe more eroded with time, and they undercut and they do weird things, and then you get to the juicy goodness at the center, and you have something very, very dense and beautiful. And so this would be a multicolor from Maury is my guess, and I'm totally missing. Look, molecules. Yeah, I know. This is one heck of a zoom, eh? Yes, incredible slabs could be gotten from something like that, but for jewelry, the smaller the better usually. Most people don't want to wear like a big old platter, and so small pieces like this actually do pretty good in an application like what I'm usually looking for. Okay, Allison, glasses were all splattered, didn't know. Yeah. You'll see it for the first time on Monday. Well, that's something to look forward to. Yeah, chalcedony and opal mixed in for sure. Okay, and I think we were looking at a little bit of this last night, and this is definitely from Graveyard. And what is going on here is marcasite. You can see those squirrely ziglets in there. I need to get a fancy pointer, but we're still like heinously zoomed in. I guess I left it that way. I guess that works. It is a bluish color, and sometimes it can be tinted purple, and it's most often green when the marcasite has like that valence bleeding into the chalcedony.
And so that's kind of the color that we're seeing here is there can be blue chalcedony out there at graveyard anyway, and then when it gets that green going running through it with the marcasite, then it does some pretty neat different colors just given what the chemical action was at the time. And so some of those little swirls that you see in there, those little they are metallic. That's the marcasite kind of cruising through there. So I am in love with that stuff. If let me pan out so that you guys don't feel like your face is like submerged and you're snorkeling through my dish here. It's so pretty of a blue, I know. And I love the blue material. Blue and purple are definitely my favorite colors for material. Not that, like, don't tell any of the other colors. So when I'm finding that, I'm really excited. And so there's some more of it. That's just an indication of what like the float would look like. Or if you were breaking a huge boulder of it open, you can kind of see how nice the quality of the microcrystalline is because it cracks almost like opal. I mean, it's just really sharp. So good. Yeah. Good sound effects. Okay, so I panned out so that if you guys, I thought it was really helpful last night that you guys were telling me, like, pick something up that maybe I hadn't picked up yet. I'm going to try to get rid of the circles so that you can see. So if there's something in there that you are excited about, then let me know and I will pick it up. So we've got some teeny weeny dendrites. And this, if Chris was still in the room, he'd be going off. And the most upper piece, I'll get to it. That is graveyard. And so graveyard comes in, yes, dendrites. You gotta love them, man. I'm so in love with them. I mean, look at that little guy. You know, they're just so tricky when you see them. If you see it, it's kind of like opal. When you see them like on the top like this, when you go after them, when you're polishing, you might lose it. You might get into something even better, but it's kind of like a calabar. You might go through it. Although these dendrites go pretty deep, and so I could probably chase around after those, and that's a pretty color of ochre in there. So that is graveyard point. Just different parts of the point are gonna have different, or butte have different things going on. So I think, was it this uppermost piece that you wanted to see? Oop. What do we got going on here? So I was explaining this last night to those that came to the surprise late live stream that I did. We ran into a bunch of issues, but it was, I guess YouTube was broken for a little while. Look at that pink in there. Dendrites and rutile. I know, rutile, and we just don't have enough of that like in our lives out here. I don't know of any place that I can find it. Very quartzy. Yeah, it's just I'm imagining I saw those colors in there and maybe thought I needed to cut it open, and you can see how squirrely it also is. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. I'm guessing this is a wahi material. Ooh, oh gosh, my fingers are wet, you guys, and so it's making it very difficult to control the phone. Okay, note to self, there's issues with that. And I also will figure out where to put the direction of the light so that it doesn't ruin the shot too. And so what is it? Yeah, exactly. It's some kind of, my guess is that this is some seam that I picked up in the Oahe. It just, That, or, you know, it could be Warm Springs Reservoir. Lots of white, lots of quartz inclusions, and that's what you have your shirt for. Yeah, the right side of my I'm kind of wearing like a sweater, and it's damp. And I have like a roll of paper towels right here too, so you'd think that I might use those, but shirts are better, right? They're reusable. Anyways, yeah, you can see that there's like tiny fortifications, and that sort of thing I get really excited with, especially if you cut it and, you know, you've got color that looks like, you know, almost some Regency pink, and you've got maybe druzy pockets. Yeah, I think it's gonna cab very nicely. Let's see. What's that? I have a feeling this one's gonna have, like, look at how small. This is like a bunch of somebody's tumbler. Like, I don't have a tumbler. This is so tumbler fodder. Like, some people might need this for their tumbler. And that looks like some low-grade graveyard. You know, and I hate to say that about any rock, you know, that, oh, you're low grade. Yeah, we're into some graveyard stuff here. More dendrites. Pretty. But I think I was trying to tell you the story of why these are in such small pieces. So we have switched geographic locations, guys. Anybody's guess on this one? So I used to strike all of my stones with a hammer because I had no saw, and the shapes that the hammer, or, you know, like, I'm referring to a sledgehammer, of course. They would find these super cool shapes that I'd just go ahead and polish from the shape that that nature chose, and make a cab that way, freeform. So this is thunder egg material, and the rhyolite here has these super cool wormholes. And they're not like true wormholes. It's like tube agate, or tube jasper in this case. But it does these wild things. And you can see it's wet, of course, but it's also very glassy rhyolite. So it takes a fantastic polish. And it's kind of, sometimes it lapses all the way into like a lavender. But this one is more of kind of like a, you know, mud mauve. So not quite as fancy, but super gorgeous. Yeah. And so stuff like this, and these have the propensity of having a fair amount of opal in them. So as you're polishing something like this up, you know, you hit areas that are harder and softer for sure. So that's pretty. You can see how many different colors are going on there. That volcano belch was from a very colorful meal, for sure. Amazing. I love those. And I love that every single one is different. Like, you'll never have two thunder eggs that are the same. This looks like it's from the same one. Or I just have material that's sorted into the same. That looks like rhyolite to me. Oh, hello, soul adventurist. Welcome. Doing well here. I hope no one else is getting blizzarded out or winded. We are just getting tumulted here. Graveyard. Some really clear agate material from there. And so, yeah, you can kind of see, Okay, we have a question here. I wonder if volcanoes ever belch and swear off magnesium for life or something like that, right? And that's why we don't have enough purple stuff here in Oregon, because they swore off the good stuff. So you can see the, okay, graveyard plume agate is world famous, and it's because it's got these windows that are like aquariums. You've got these super clear bits of agate, and then you have these wonderful spires of plume that go reaching up through it, and it can be quite magnificent. This is marcasite, the darkest stuff here, and it's neat to see how it got all coated with other things, other minerals, before the silicate soup decided to solidify the reef. That is so cool. I love those guys. Let's see, we have a little one here, but it's a standout because you're so bright. You're less bright than I thought. I saw that bit of red and it's like, oh, that's neat, but it's mostly a hair. But it's that same rhyolite as that other one, so it's probably why I have the smallest bits from it, because anything could be fancy. Yep, people are talking about blizzard. And of course, Ken is 74 degrees, light breeze coming in off the water. That sounds so nice. I could use some of that in my life. Let's see. Anybody see anything that we need to pick up? You guys are probably starting to recognize, like, that. We're back to graveyard for sure. This is a mixture of the dendrites, and there's some really neat, of course there's the plumes. You can see tiny plumes there, but they set up in these cloud patterns. And then sometimes they look like lily pads, or, some kind of like Monet pond painting often. Let's see, where are we? That's an interesting song. Let's go to this one. Oh, I should have put instrumental. There we go. There shan't be any singing unless it's one of you guys. Oh, wow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm missing a bunch. Oh, Kirk! Hey! We're live. Yeah, too cold to go to Washington. No kidding. Very cool that there's new things in clay to look forward to. Fantastic, Kirk. Boy, the Wallawas, aren't they the coolest ever? All right. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm just I'm giving you guys a view of this thing while I am going back through some of the comments here. Gotta collect them all. A blizzard, mint chocolate chip. Yes, that sounds great. Yeah, totally Monet. Let's see. Okay, loving it. Thank you, Patrick. Yes, singing. There will be singing. I can't imagine a trip to the Wallawas that isn't just stunning. Okay, you can see like the marcasite was just like shouting out at you guys with this piece. So still graveyard, and you can see it in that comet, going through there. Ka-show. It's blazing. And for some reason, like, there's something about the juxtaposition, if you will, of the clear and opaque silicates with the contrast of a metallic, embedded like it's glitter. There's something about that is really exciting to me. And so this is more jaspery, but you see how swirly that is? And this is typically when you get to material like this at graveyard, you're into the rhyolite rind big time. And so a lot of times pieces like this will occur in and out, like swimming, you know, the microcrystalline silicates are swimming in and out of like what is more rhyolite, which is really interesting. But I think a lot of people would kind of overlook that, thinking that they need to cut to the chase and get to the fancy plumes. And okay, one more piece of that cool dendrite. You can see, you know, all coming from the same, probably the same exact stone. Those are kind of cool plumes there. All right. So I think that we've been going for about podcast length. I'm so super stoked that this all worked out. And I will keep on going, but what I'd like to do is actually I'm gonna give some of this away. So if you guys have ideas on like the best way to kind of perform one of these giveaways where it is fair, then you can go ahead and cast your vote right now. Something that I can do where I'm keeping track of you guys via maybe the chat. This looks like a rock. Oh, no. Hey, look at that. It's more of that stuff from the place that I can't remember the name of. See, that is actually some of the, like, that's almost that, it's like a beautiful mauve red color. It's really very, very pleasant. Is it mookaite? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? That stuff from Australia, I think it is. But there's quite a bit of it there. I think that Rocks for Sobriety actually has gone there. I think he had some material from there as well. It can be egg yolky as well as being that kind of beautiful brick color. Okay, yes. Mookaite is from Australia. Mookaite. Oh, and Kyle has some cabs today for tomorrow, you guys. So we set that up ahead of time. We actually didn't. Mookaite. Teeny weeny bit of color there, but it was catching my eye. Look at how small. I'll cab that and it'll be a nose ring for someone. Okay. Some more green. That's actually thunder egg rhyolite from the same place as the other green material that I had out earlier. And so you can see like it's got like agate running through it. It's so gemmy. Even the surrounding rind of the thunder eggs. And here we have some quintessential Maury Mountain. And those of you that don't know Maury Mountain, this is moss agate from there. And it's super. Yeah, it's the Maury, it's all over the place. So a lot of it is like a forest to olive green. And then it's got anything from you probably a bunch of you already know this about this material, but if you're not familiar with the Oregon Maury Mountain moss agate or the moss agate from the Ochicos, a lot of it can be this green, but then it's got like oftentimes it's got blue agate, and so it's got a neat color, but this is like moody, and it's going off into some ochres and some like kind of pinky red there, a salmon color. And it's all over the place. I mean, you can get it in just darn near every color of the rainbow, like we said at the top of the live. Sweet, Kyle. Like, I bet there's probably a lot better pieces of Maury out there from people's old stock than anything that we're digging up now. Yeah, the Maury, when you get out of the kind of lower grade rind, it can be extremely nice agate. And you know, like a lot of moss agates, it's a true agate because you see those fortifications in there. Some moss agate is not true agate because there's no fortification lines. It's a chalcedony. But dude, look at how squirrely that is. I love it. And so this is one of those things that's pleasant to the eye from afar, but even on closer and closer and closer and closer observation, they just get better. And so this is one of the reasons why I really love this material. It looks like a smash down. It's the Mookite versus the Unikite. And in this corner, wearing the blue breeches. So this is it's looking like, you know, some of the Maury rind, some of the lesser material. And I was probably surface collecting and just picked it up. And it's largely probably unusable. You have to zoom in to get into that pocket, but you know, it's degraded. You can see that it's crumbly looking even from the outside. I think that judging rough is really important, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this, is go through and, you know, this is judging rough. Like, that's not very glassy. That's more rocky. Look at how many bumps, you know. So it's not microcrystalline smooth. It's too gritty to probably take a wonderful polish or, you know, be that much of a joy to work with. Whereas this guy is displaying, you know, look at that. It's imperfect cleavage, but, you know, way better planes than the other piece. So you can see some of the color range there. Lots of ochre in the area. And then, you know, it goes to these salmon colors and orange. And then it goes all the way to a phenomenally deep red. In fact, hold the fort down. Is that one right there? It's probably not. I'm not going to get that lucky. Yeah, hold on just a second, everyone. All right. So some of the stuff that I've already worked with, and you're about to see why. So this is a little cab. This is a little ditty I like to call Oh My Gosh. So focus. That's Maury Mountain. And it's like that blue agate and the red moss. And holy cow, that's so pretty. And I just haven't said it yet because I wait for the cabs to tell me what they want to be when they grow up, and then they get set into a something. And I've had this for, I don't know, like probably about 5 years now. Just hasn't spoken to me, nor have these guys. But it will, I'm sure. I was talking about that Marcus site before. And there's, oh, be gone, dog hairs. There's like a little cab of it that shows the blue and the range of the yellow in there, and then that's a big marcasite spray going through the top of it that's greenish looking. So that was at the, like, that's probably one of the first pieces of graveyard that I ever took home. And so anyways, yeah, that's what some of the stuff looks like when it's done. And here's a piece, speaking of such neat colors. Yeah, you guys know that I'm a fan of rhyolite. This is Esteem's Mountains rhyolite, and you can see it goes from like the green up top, and then it's purple through the middle there where the lights are showing, and then down there at the bottom, that's the blue chalcedony, if you guys have seen that video. And then like a little yellow ochre pocket right there. It's super neat stuff, and it takes a lovely, it has a lily, yeah, lilies everywhere. So yeah, it takes a really neat polish. And then last cab, boom. There's a cab from some Richardson's, like Rain on a Hill. And I haven't set this one into jewelry because I don't want it to go away. So some of the cabs that I have on this particular Riker mount, I think I've just not set it because I don't want them to go away. I think that we were talking about some rutile earlier, and that's quartz with some nice gold hair. That's another one that I decided that I did not want to set into jewelry because then it would go away and I wouldn't be able to play with it. So yeah, did I say that was the last cab? I'm seeing another one that I want to share. So I was talking about that the variety in that one kind of thunder egg that has like opal and stuff. So that's opal, common opal down there by the red dot, which is also opal, and then that's the rhyolite around it, and it's like in green and like a mauve purple and those emerald colors. I love that stuff from there, and it crazed. And that's actually why I still have it, is that the opal ended up crazing after I shaped it. So neat stuff. Make it your jewelry. I like, seriously, if I wore all this stuff, I would look like Mr. T. I pity the fool. Okay, one more, because this is fun. You guys, I know you guys like bots, and so this is a piece of Maury that is all body, and I just shined up like the ridges of the bots so that you could see the moss. I'm gonna zoom in here. Ooh, whoa. Easy killer. So it gets really interesting in those windows. It's like body mossiness. That is a thing, right? Although I could probably use one of those little ultrasonic cleaners or something like that to not only get rid of the hair, but also to clean up inside the bots. Or does anybody out there have a foolproof way to get that weird stuff out of the bots? That would make a great like the Rock Walker commercial. We need like the bot cleaner commercial. Yeah, it is now. So if anybody has some steam cleaner All right, I guess I'm gonna have to get one or come over. That's thunder egg. I never understood why people didn't do more like cutting off of the thunder egg cores. That's so pretty. It's a Pride Day thunder egg. Just a free form, but they're so cool because it was all like the Pride Day plume agate is fairly famous, but the Pride Day bed also has a lot of thunder eggs with bots, at least where I was digging, and so man, it's really pretty stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna give away a flat rate box from this sort because these would be awesome tumbling stuff for somebody. Drill through the chalcedony and hang it. Yes, I know, one and done, right? I fuss too much. I like to solder and play with fire way too much. Ooh, oh, this is a good piece of the Maury. It's funny, like if you have a bunch of ochre stuff in your area, then you're probably like, I'm over ochre, I don't want like golden moss. But since we have lots of green moss, like stuff like this is like, ooh. And you can see how big the mossiness, the strands of the quote unquote mossiness is so pleasing. Yeah, so all right. So I think what I'll do is I'll do one of, that's fancy. So there's the big strings of the mossiness. It's gonna be hard to stop, huh? And then it goes into the deep green, and that's two-sided. That would, I'm just imagining somebody could maybe, you could either work a piece like this, do like a polish and a wire wrap, or you could just throw it in the tumbler and it would be really pretty. But yeah, all you guys, that have tumblers this would probably be good stuff for you. And yes, the thunder eggs, using the cores. In fact, out in the Oahes, we find the cores have all of the, oh man, this this is why not to wipe your hand on your sweater, because my sweater is like an Angora sweater from the dogs, and so when I wipe my hand, I come back with a bunch of fur. But the Oahe thunder eggs are just the agate core a lot of the time, and the rhyolite has all been worn away already. Ooh, that is really fancy. Now you want a bucket of that stuff. Okay. That is arrangeable, because yeah, I've got like quite a bit. That's one of those places where you go and you fill up your 5-gallon bucket for sure. Look at that, like peach colored mossing in there. Like these pieces are so fancy. And I know that they'd lose a lot of weight in a tumbler. There's your, like, even the rind is good on this one. Like that's the underbelly, and it's pretty. Right on, soul. Look at that. So that's from one of those the thunder eggs that are not moo kite nor from Australia, but do some neat things. Like they have like sunrises in them and stuff. Like or sherbet. Like you want to eat it. Nom nom. Just a pretty color. All right, so I'm trying to figure out how to give this away, and what I was kind of thinking, this is quartzite, was maybe like one of those deals where we do a number from 1 to 100, and I'll write down a number off the scene right now, so you guys know I'm being honest. Look at that big old dog hair right there. And then the closest one to the number gets the small, one of those, if it ships, it hits you packages of what I pour from this pile, and so you get this basically. Maine Coon cats. Oh my gosh, those guys have lots of fur. Are you've got to be like in the position to loom entire blankets, not just sweaters from that material. That's got to be crazy. Okay, so don't put any numbers out yet, because I don't want to see what anybody's numbers are, so that I write that down on the card. Can you see? You guys all okay? You can't see. Hide your eyes. Okay, I have written down a number. Lisa, you have 2 of the coon manes as well? Man, I get it now that, like, if a cat is on, any part of your body, you're not going to be able to communicate in chat. Like, you've said such things. I understand this now. Lisa does have good taste, and she has cool cats as well. Although all cats are cool, as including Ken's cat and the cats that belong to all of you, for sure. And the dogs are desperately trying to get my attention. Okay, so does everybody have a number in mind? You can start putting the numbers out now, because I have written one down. Okay, Ken is 63, 37, 47. Keep them coming. I'm gonna open this up for whatever, a couple more moments. What's it? 1 to 100, Jackie. Good question. Okay, Gems, do something different than 74, because Greg guessed 74. There you go. 21, 23, 12. Soul, 23 has been taken by Jackie. Do you want to try something different? Allison, I'm going to wait until Soul gives us another guess, because Jackie beat Soul to the number. And I'm going to try to keep you guys have to keep each other honest. I think Jackie was the first one that came up with 23. 87. Okay. All right. And I'll count down from 10, so that if you are out there and you want to guess, yes, very good smattering of numbers, like the odds in Vegas. So if you're out there and you want to pitch a number in, then I'm going to count down from 10 and you have time. So 10. So you have a second number out there, Jackie? So what's your guess, Jackie? Which one do you want to go with? I'm still not counting from 10 yet, because I want to make sure that everybody has. Okay, there you go, Mel. Hi, Mel. 7. Lucky 7. And Jack is trying to eat cupcakes while I'm trying to do a giveaway. I'll take one of those. Okay, your first one was 23, Ken? Rather, Jackie. Okay, excellent. Very, very good. All right, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the reason why I was worried about that was it's 23. So congratulations, Jackie. Couldn't happen to a nicer gal. And thank you guys, everyone. I'll definitely, you guys saw the jars over there. I have so many things that I need to get rid of, that this shall happen again for sure. Okay, what am I doing here? There we go. All right. So, hello. Look at that beautiful color out there. I want to rock that color. It's almost the color of my sweater that's covered with dog. So, Jackie, I think I actually already have your
address, and so I'll send you a care package. It might take a little bit of time to get into the mail, so I will let you know when that happens. I'm not going out in that. The trees are still waving at us. And I would like to thank all of you guys for playing. And like I said, the next live I do, will have more rocks to make sure that people have in their pockets and not mine, or in their tumblers. Jackie's on a winning streak, I think. So good for you, girlfriend. And that's gonna do it for the live. I know that Kyle has his sale going on tomorrow, and hopefully these storms aren't gonna wipe us off of YouTube. I tried so hard to break YouTube last night and didn't succeed. We're still here, so maybe next time. But thanks again. Happy birthday again to Randy. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Kyle. Fingers crossed for another 10 hours of Kyle selling wonderful rocks and the awesome hangout that he provides. And thank you, Ken, and Allison and Patrick and Jackie, all y'all that came tonight. And I will see you next time. Go watch the beach video if you haven't already, and have a great weekend. Cheers. 8 to 12 hours tomorrow, says Gems of Hope. Yeah. We'll see ya. Good night.